Okay, guys. Well, welcome to our little team huddle. We're going to unpack more of our new system, our new tool. I think it's cool if we just say the new tool, that way it feels better. Always had a system, didn't have the tool. So Richard's team is playing with it a little bit day by day and getting better at it day by day. Put a one in the chat if you feel like you're getting a little better at it, where you're like, I think I'm getting the hang of certain parts of it even. Cool. I love that. I do too. I am coming out of that part with the tool where I felt like a fish out of water. And that's nice to kind of know where things are. I'll just say it's a win for me to even kind of know where to find something in the app. How about that? Where I'm like that, right? So, okay, cool. A little bit of growth is good. We'll take it. You guys go ahead and mute yourself. I don't know why my mute upon entry said nah, because I clicked. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, cool. And then just put your hands up if your little hand, and you guys know the new feature in Zoom. If you do this or whatever, it'll put your hand up like that. Yeah. It'll just put it up for you. Pretty scary. So today I'm looking for Sheila. She wanted to do a little bit of role playing. There you are. Okay. So let me talk about the couple of things that I wanted to cover on this huddle and get right into it. Sorry guys, I had it on my phone. Here we go. So starting coaches, working accountability post and the client post, and then any remaining questions from team time. So just to have a nice progression, let's give ourselves 5 minutes to talk about any question from team time. If anyone has any questions from our little time together on Tuesday, if you're like, oh, that still wasn't clear to me or my team, let's do that before we go into massaging some more information. Anybody have any questions, something not really clear that we covered on Tuesday, which was Coach Explore, right? All of that. No?
Good morning. Hi,
Morning.
guys. I think what happens is when we get in these cubes, no one wants to talk. And then when we get one-on-one with the coach, we have a lot of questions. So because I'm not shy, so
much appreciated. Better it happen in here than all out there with people that still don't even really know it yet, helping each other. Just being honest, okay?
Okay. All right.
Better in here. Yes.
Okay, so a couple things I wanted that we're hearing, Patrick and I, from our coaches is this. Okay. Until we started to get up to speed with the new app, now how we're supposed to use it. Prior to that, we got the jot form. The jot form was going to our coaches individually. Then we had to just kind of, what is the word I want to say? We had to pivot, and then the jot form started to come to the senior coaches, I guess. And then once we show them how to do the health evaluation versus via jot form, and then now they watch us, we watch them. That's been transferred, and then it starts going to them. So I just wanted to just clarify some little things about that. So it's not about incompetence, it's just about just duplication.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about how we used to talk about it before. Okay, let's put the new system tool aside. There's been a philosophy at Optavia forever, which is inspect what you expect. Okay, so that philosophy has been over here forever. Also, monitor what's not duplicating. So for example, we have a new coach. That new coach is doing health assessments. When we did their practice calls, we saw a 50% yes and a 50% no. Then they went on their own and they did 4 and they got 4 no's. We need to lean back in and say, let's continue to do this skill together. Regardless of the fact that you hit senior coach, your ratios are dropping a little. and I'm going to lean back in and I'm going to love you through that. There's a little skill that might be missing. It could be price, it could be readiness, it could be whatever. So as we grow, right, we want to put on the mindset that we want to put on is don't wait for your mentor to say, can I come back in and help you with that? If you see your numbers dropping or something changing, that you would raise your hand and say, hey, I've been keeping score on myself. My sponsoring shut off. Will you please help me? I brought on so many coaches and none of them are senior. Will you please help me? Right? This isn't what makes it weird is when the mentor comes back in and they haven't been asked to help. Okay, that makes it weird. And it feels like a power struggle or, hey, I'm this rank or whatever. That was never the Optavia way. The Optavia way is our hot six, right? That we would say, something's wrong and I need help. Okay. Now in corporate, that means that we are wrong. We could get fired. So I totally understand. And I did it too. Do you guys think my first year, I raised my hand a lot and told the Bombas and Jamil that I need a lot of help? Nope. I was an egomaniac. Okay. I still have that in me, but that hasn't changed. So now what we're saying is, in a nutshell, to put a bow on that, we used to let go of things too soon. That was our issue, is we would let go of something. If someone hit ED, oh, they must be all set now. They hit ED. Nope. The Compass crew has taught us until they're a 4-month blended ED, you lean in and you're hip to hip, and that business thread should be noisy and it should have 2 layers of mentorship, and you should make sure skills are being transferred and that you're watching them do everything until they're a blended 4-month ED. That's when they consider them to have the basic competencies, so that when you let off that leg and now you go help this coach who's just getting started, that you know what's replicating over here is solid. Okay. So that's just an exercise of, I'm so glad you asked that question. I hope that makes sense. So that is something, when you have mentor time, share that with your teams. Share that heart posture and that willingness to learn with your teams. The greatest teams at Optavia, they embody that, right? That teachable spirit that's not looking for rank to define what needs to be done, you know? We love you guys. We want you to win. So, and remember this, your mentor has a vested interest in your success. So they're never going to go in your leg and do wonky, funky stuff. They're only doing it to serve you. Okay. Because they have a vested interest in your success. Right. So that creates some safety there. Brian?
No, I love that. And I just wanted, like, I guess, add to what Rachel was just saying about how that works, and like blended ED for 4 months to be emancipated, not in everything, but just in that. Guys, when something new comes out, when we get a new tool, we go all the way back to the beginning of that, and we do that all over again. We're back to the see it, do it, teach it method with every time something new comes out. I know I'm guilty of making that assumption of, oh, well, they were on the training, they got it. Not the case.
Me too. I used to pull out of something very quickly. And that's just a culture that we created. So that really starts with Tim and I. That approach will go so well with us. The other day I was on with Team Unite, and they were going over my little thing that we created, that wheel, right? And they said, Rachel, can we give you some feedback? And I'm like, yes. Talk to us like we're kindergartners. You use too big of words, right? Your words are too big. We can't understand you. Our teams love you, but you talk so eloquently that it doesn't translate to this. And would you be willing to use more simple examples and slow it down and be basic? And, you know, guys, I had to take that feedback and go, okay, I submit to that. I'm a part of a bigger team. It's their team. You know what I mean? Like this spirit of going back to school and being an amateur is completely what I have to do right now. Yes, Patrick, Sherry.
That was me. Good morning, everybody. Happy birthday to the Marines. It's just me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No. One of the things that we've always said was like, we love when Tim and Rachel get into our business. I mean, I'm like, I know it's only going to benefit us. So you have to have that. My funnel is big and it's huge. And any person, even just communicating with people on our teams when we get together and like, hey, how is this working for you? We're all doing the same things. But whenever Tim and Rachel decide that they want to touch our business, I'm like, hands off the wheel and you got it. Go for it. So we have to have that mindset, recognizing that we're here to build each other up. And I love Rachel's analogies that we're here to lift each other up. And I do this to our clients and our coaches to say, we're here to lift each other up and not really drag you or pull you just to go, that we're going in the same direction at the same pace and nobody's left behind.
Yeah, that's all good stuff. Thank you guys so much. That's kind of the mindset. So today, just remember every time you do a coaching session or a training or a share, address the concepts that might be in the room, right? Like the concept that we're talking about just for training is that employee mentality. That's like, my boss is coming in my thread and they're checking on me. That's an employee mentality. Okay. That's normal if you have that because you've probably been an employee most of your life, right? Very few CEOs in the room. We're learning how to be a CEO, and a CEO wants that investor in their business, right? So that's the concept that we're dealing with. And then the mindset, the ego, and then the skills. So it's all good. Thank you guys for being so honest and open about that. Okay, Sheila, you wanted to do some role playing. Does it pertain to like our outline for today? I didn't get a chance to ask you that.
Yeah. So had I had the overcoming objections printed and maybe studied it a little bit more, I could have been better at, responding to her. But it was yesterday, it was a referral, and we had spoke earlier in the week, and she said, hey, I'm really interested, but I just need some time. And I said, okay, do you have any questions? Like, what do you need time to think about? Oh, I just need time. I don't have any questions. I was like, okay, can I call you back on Wednesday? She's like, yeah, because it was Monday. And I said, okay. So I called her, we got on Zoom, and I said, okay, so are you ready to do this? And she goes, well, I'm gonna, this is where we can role play.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll pick up where you were in it, right? Which may or may not be where I would be in it, but I am willing to play the impromptu game. So I'll be Sheila. Am I Sheila?
Yes.
And you're the client.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we're picking back up, and you said last time I talked to you, you said I need more time.
Yeah. And
now we're back on the call, right? And we're like, okay, what initiated us to be on the call? Like
following up so she can order her kit.
Okay. So she said I need more time. Did you reach out and follow up with her? And she said, okay, I'm ready. And now you're back in a Zoom. I'm just confused on that part.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. So readiness is there on her part because she wouldn't have got back on the call.
Right.
Okay, cool. And now I am, we're back on the call, and what's kind of give me your first line of what you said to her, if you will.
So are you ready to get your kit? Like, let's get you started. It's going to take this, long. That's where I started.
Okay. I did this the other day, and I think the Williams thread and someone else's thread. Avoid yes or no questions, first of all, because if I say, are you ready to get started? There's a good chance she's going to say nope. Right. And try not to ask a question where you're going to get a yes or a no. Okay. So maybe for me, I might say, I'm just going to refer to you as Sheila, right? So I might say, Sheila, I'm super excited that we're talking again and that you took the step to get on this call. I know the last time that we spoke, you were getting ready, right? You were getting ready. You needed some time. Tell me about some of the things that you unpacked and that you're getting excited about to where we're meeting today talking about creating your health. Like, I want to know, okay, remember the rule. Write this down, guys. If I say it, it's a lie. If they say it, it's a truth. So my job is to have you say what I want you to say, okay? Or what I want to say, correct. My job is to get you to say what I want you to say in the form of a question, okay? So that's how I would have approached that, just little tweak, because, and this is why we have the coach jot form, because the coach jot form makes them admit a financial need, all the things, guys. They're filling it out, and then do you notice the first question of the Coach Explore now? So tell me why we're meeting today. What a flip the script that is, right? Where it's almost like, not that they're coming to a job interview, but sort of like, we're not in this position of, oh, please coach with me and let me see all the reasons that I can create that you need this. No. They came with the job form filled out. It says they need money. It says $1,800 a month. It says, I don't like my boss. It says everything. And now we're coming in saying, I'm so excited about your need for coaching. Let's explore this today. Tell me why we're meeting. So it flips it a little bit. Does that make sense? To where she would have had to answer, well, I thought about it and I'm tired of being this, or I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, or she would have had to tell you something as to why she's meeting.
Her response was, I'm going to Nashville and I'm just going to wait till later. And so that's why I was like, oh, okay. Well, I thought the same thing when I was traveling, but I found that it was actually a lot easier because I had all my fuels with me. I wasn't buying stuff that wasn't serving me. And so I found that it was a lot easier. She's like, well, I just want to, I want to eat all the food. I want to drink the beer. And so I'll just start in December. And I was like, okay, what day should I call? What day? And she said the 12th. And so I just felt like I could have done it better. And I don't know.
I think you're dealing with a readiness issue. That sounds like scale of 1 to 10. How ready are you to change your life and create sustainable health? That type of response to me sounds like about a 4 or a 5. Okay, which is fine. And just to kind of put a bow on that, you can awaken her just like you did. I used to think when I went to Nashville, my health had to wait. I used to think when Christmas came, my health had to wait. I used to think that everybody got healthy in January until March, and then we went back to our normal life. Like, this is the very thing I thought. But can I tell you what I found? And she'll either say yes or no. I found that health is a continuum, right? And on. And there's 700 meals in that first quarter, and I'm not going to forsake health for 4 or 5 fun ones, right? And now you're putting it in context with her. But I definitely think you did a great job. And I think it's more about readiness. That her timing and your timing are not syncing right now. And if we're talking to enough people, we don't care, because she's going to come back around and she's going to be that order in December that you're like, whew, right on time. And you just keep that funnel full. I don't think you did anything wrong. Those are just a couple of tweaks that I would give you. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Let me cover a couple things. Headline is, first thing, guys, I'm seeing that we have a much greater need to stay with our new coaches longer and in more depth. Okay. So for instance, the new way of starting a coach, there we go, is that we have them stay on the new coach training every Thursday at 5, what time? Gosh, I get all my times messed up. 5:30. Every Thursday at 5:30 until they hit senior coach. Now, what we don't want to do is have them on big team trainings where they're learning advanced concepts and things like that, because we want them busy doing their hot list, adding to their hot list. How would they add to their hot list? Well, they should be having milestone post as a brand new coach every week. So every week when they update that, they should have 26 new people to go in and do what? I'm going to suggest that they go in, like the app says, and that they work that accountability post. They go all the way back to their coming out post. And our question as the mentor coach is, did you think in a private message, every single one of those likes, hearts, shock faces, all that, and go in and say, Jamie, thank you so much for liking my health post. Your encouragement means everything to me. I've actually decided to help others with this program. And as you know, everyone is going to choose a health program in the next 2 to 3 months. Will you please put me in contact with anyone that you hear that is looking for anything health? Because as you can see, I'm winning and I want to help other people win. And now if she did that to 27 people, I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen. That direct message, not the like, comment, message, all that direct message over here, she's going to get about a 10 to 20% positive response. Okay. So if they had 60 people, that would be 60 private messages that were sent. And that would be about 6 people that might say, I can get the word out, but I'm actually interested. Jot form. I'm interested. Jot form, jot form, jot form, jot form, jot form. 6 jot forms. How many health assessments? Maybe 1 or 2. But that was her coming out post. And then her accountability post, we got to go back to that. And then we got to do that with the milestone post. And then we got to do that with the next milestone post. And then we got to look in her stories and see who's loving on her stories and do that. Do you see that our new baby coach should be so busy doing that they don't have time to do anything else? Because that's a lot of messages. Obviously, they can cut and paste and put someone's name in there and personalize it a little bit based off, is that person in their world, are they a 1, a 2, or a 3? Okay. If it's a 1, my gosh, pick up the phone even, right? And just go, hey, thank you so much. I just saw you like my Facebook page. Real quick, I need some help. You know, whether they need more practice calls and that's the help, or whether they need help getting the word out from that person. So if we were to do that with every single new coach in our organization and say, now, what did they say when you called them? Oh, well, they said this. Okay, let's phrase it this way. Maybe a little phraseology, right? What did you type to them? What was their response? Why don't you show me some of the responses in your business thread so that your 2 layers of mentorship can get in there and look at it, okay? We will have a ton of senior coaches right out of the gate if we can make this one change. Okay, we're letting go too soon. They're getting on advanced trainings and they're saying, a lot of new coaches are saying, well, the Thursday is repetitive. Correct. What part of it is not sticking? Because we should have already hit senior coach if we've mastered those concepts. Okay, with all the love in the world, that is our reply, because there's something in that training that is not happening. Okay, or we let go too soon because they got 2 or 3 clients and we're helping them. You know, Brian, any questions or comments on that one?
Both.
Okay. Yeah.
First off, lightning striking, right? Guys, the same thing will help us go senior coach every month too. The same exact action steps. Like, I don't know why or when, just because you hit senior, you stop commenting and putting, I'm going to send that message to every single like and heart I got on everything for the last week today. But Rachel, I was asking if you could maybe coach us a little bit on, and not trying to resurrect the dead here. That's not what I'm going with, but some coaches that didn't have the benefit of this tool and this methodology that maybe could benefit from it, how do we go back and say, hey, look, we want to start over? And maybe do we ask them to like, let's leave this group, like flat out, let's leave some of these groups and let's go back to the basics and let's just focus. I don't know. You tell me.
That's perfect. I'm dealing with it right now. We've got Erin Grace coming back. We've got Kathleen coming back. We've got, I think, the Habermans, right? A lot of people are coming back because we've excited them that, listen, you had a heart for the mission. You know, something stopped you. Maybe it was overwhelm. Maybe it was underwhelm with the pay. Maybe it was overwhelm, underwhelm. I don't know. Something stopped you, but you were in love with what we were doing. Okay. And we got better. We've gotten better, and we have a simple tool. And I would love to have you wipe your hard drive clean. And that would include leaving everything and anything that you're a part of right now. Wipe that hard drive clean, and let's relaunch your business. And I think you're going to see how doable it is now, how much time you have with your family now, how much balance you can have while you're growing a business. So I'm excited about it. That's kind of, we've been reaching out to people, and a few of them are like, you know what? Yeah, it was exactly that. Like, I got confused. There were so many things. I froze. It took too much time. All the things. The pay wasn't worth the time. All the things. And that's something that we know now confidently that we can help them with. And so I would do it. I would reach all down in my line and talk to every person that I've ever coached with and ask if they are willing to do that with us. And it's not resurrecting the dead, right? Because if they stop in this new system and they just stop, then you know that there maybe isn't a love for the mission, or, you know, something that's there, and it's okay. You know, it's totally okay. Not everyone is built for what we do, and that's okay. I do want to give you the words that I will put what I just said in. Actually, you know, who did it was Michelle Offerman. Typed up. She typed up the exact response that I just said to you guys. So I will place it in the leadership thread, the verbiage. You could play with it. You could change it. It's just, guys, do we all realize that, like, this month and next month, everyone's going to choose a health program? I mean, of some kind, whether it's Noom or this or that. So, like, if you've ever felt like you're obnoxious, get more obnoxious. Like, it's okay to be obnoxious right now. It is our tax season. If we were accountants, everyone would want to see H&R Block coming across our feed, right? So I do want to say that too. So the big headline was, let's work with our new coaches differently. Let's not let them get stuck at 3 or 4 clients, right? And let's really step into that and send those messages. I'll put that in the thread. We are at the 8 o'clock mark. I'm willing to go till 8:05 if there's something pressing, and if you guys got to jump, you jump. But if there's something else you want to talk about that's pressing that you need to get back to with your team or communicate, then I've got a couple more minutes and we can log off. And of course, I'll put the recording in for anyone who missed it. Are we good? You guys feel pretty good about being laser focused on branding up right now, really big, and running with those baby coaches, making sure that you've got horse blinders on. Also, make sure their story's real good. Like, that's the other thing that we've been like, tell me your 2-minute story. Tell me how you're telling your story at the grocery store. Tell me how you're telling it at a barbecue. And if they're on their own doing health assessments, how many have you done? I asked a coach this recently and they said 7. And I said, and then how many yeses have you gotten? None. We got to stop it right there, right? We got to go back in, and it's okay, because the 3 commits might help them. Maybe they didn't have the 3 commits before, you know, all the things. So it's just a busy time of really working with a lot of what we have and who we have, and making sure that everyone that's in the fold is getting what they need. Okay. No other questions. We'll wrap up. You guys good? All right. Let's go do it. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.